everybody. This is the Sims 3 Homeless Challenge, and this is our sim. Her name is Claudia York, because we knew her well, and the goal of this game is not a typical homeless challenge. We're going to have Claudia here be homeless and going to university, so the idea is that she's maybe recently become homeless or run away from home and needs to make it on her own and is determined, even though she has absolutely nothing, to still get to class on time, to still excel in, I believe it's a business degree we'll have to have her take. But also she's a kleptomaniac, so she wants to see what she can gain from going to university and what she can come home with. So this should be a pretty interesting challenge because it's more than just a combination, more than just a normal challenge. Instead of her just being homeless and hanging out at her home lot, I actually want her to come home with as much stuff from university as she possibly can. If this is a challenge that turns out well and people like it, I might end up, sending her on possibly to other locations, to come back with stuff. I think it's pretty cool to see what we can acquire, but kleptomaniac sims are absolutely the most fun to play a homeless challenge with. So the goal is that Claudia cannot actually have a house. Eventually, if she gets her lifetime wish of having 100,000 simoleans, she might be able to have the ability to get a house and other things, but that's going to be later on down the road, and I'm more concerned with her getting through university, which is a new expansion for me. I've never played university, so going into her traits, she's a gatherer, so she can go out and gather things from the wild and more things that she can add to her collection to increase her overall net worth, or to make her life a little bit easier because she's going to be in either a tent or a sleeping bag for quite a while. So aside from being a gatherer, Miss Claudia also has a good sense of humor, so to get her in good with her neighbors, if she has any neighbors. I'll show you her lot here in a moment, but she's actually pretty far from any other human beings, so she's really living in like a swamp in Twinbrook, which is another Sims town I really haven't played a whole lot, so I know it was one of the introductory lots that was originally included with The Sims, or that came out later on with The Sims and was something that probably a lot of people have gotten to play, but it's got some great little spaces in it, like these little swamp lots that you can play, and they're really unusual, really cool, and I thought if a homeless Sim was homeless, why not have her be properly homeless and living in a swamp while we're at it? So it has some flat space, and like I said, potentially she has the ability to make 100,000 simoleans. Now to do that while being homeless is a huge challenge, but the first arc of this challenge, or the primary goal, is going to be to get her through university. I don't know if I'll allow her to have a job after that or not. We'll have to see what happens in university. She might end up with somebody, she might end up by herself. So again, feedback is appreciated. If you like the way it's going or you want her to go in a certain direction, let me know. I'm probably going to just film these first few videos to get my handle on things and go ahead and upload them, and I don't know how many people I'll have to be a sounding board because this is a brand new channel for me and a brand new set of challenges. So I'm excited to go on this journey with you and to have you guys along for the ride, but that means in the beginning I might need to just make some decisions and go ahead and film, and when I get a little bit more people on the channel, then we'll have to have more decisions made by you all. But I would love you to be a participant and to tell me what you'd like to see more or less of. If you want to see more of Claudia or more challenges like this, do let me know. So again, I've mentioned a couple times because I'm super excited, she is a kleptomaniac. Again, hoping to steal 100,000 simoleans, or potentially earn some of that, but I'm not going to get her a job. She's only a gatherer, she's only a klepto. Aside from that, she loves the outdoors, which is perfect because she will be spending a lot of time out there. She's going to have possibly a tent. I might go in and get her one of the really nice tents eventually if she earns the money, just because she's living outside and potentially on any lot anywhere, but she's going to start out with a good old sleeping bag, and she's a mooch, which, depending on your level of friendship, if she makes some decent friends at college, she possibly has people she can always mooch a bowl of cereal or some food off of without having to actually go and earn it for herself. So the whole idea is to not earn anything other than going and finding it, and if it's not outside, she's not going to be earning it. So that's the overview of Miss Claudia, and we're going to get right into the gameplay now. Go ahead and hit accept on this. I just had her as being a viewable sim for the moment, so you could kind of get to know her a little bit. She has gorgeous green eyes. I'm really happy with her, and she's already streaming video, which, if it was up to me, she wouldn't even have a phone because she's supposed to be poor And she's already almost going to burst into flames, but that's something we're going to have to deal with because she'll be outside a lot. And her needs are not that high. The only thing that has not made it to film, aside from I'll show you the lot here in a moment, is that the university mascot came by, and so I went ahead and got some free stuff from the university kit and sold it. This $4,000 that she has in her funds, I brought her down to exactly $4,000 because that's a little bit above what she needs for classes. She took the aptitude test and is not going to be earning a single cent because she knows nothing. She has done a little bit of fishing, not enough fishing to have a skill of any kind. Her only inventory is this collection helper, which I've given her just because it's such a boost for a sim that's also a gatherer, and I think it's going to take her quite a lot of time to earn the 40,000 lifetime happiness points that it will take to properly purchase that. So I think for the sake of this challenge, the fact that she's outside all the time, I'm going to go ahead and give her that boost. It is worth noting that this is the very first day that I'm playing in Twin Brook with Claudia, and so she's not going to have the ability to really go and find anything just yet. This is a grand overview of her neighbors, and like I said, there really aren't any. She's got nobody around. She has an abandoned train track, which I love. She's stuck here on her swampy lot, owns a trash can. Her net worth, I think, is like 6,000 simoleans, because for some reason this swampy land is worth 2,000, which I guess give or take it. It's kind of cool for now. Good for teaching her how to fish, and that's about it. And she has nothing in her mailbox, so she owns nothing except for her sleeping bag and her collection helper, and we'll see what she can make out of those and what they can become. But I'm going to have her jump right into going to university. See, look at her, already excited. So she's excited with us. She wants to do a couple things. Cool down won't happen until she gets into another building, but I went ahead and promised it. I doubt she's going to learn the gardening skills, so I'm going to go ahead and unclick on that. And her phone's broken already, which is fine. She's homeless, so let's have her phone be broken. Maybe if she has extra money from purchasing university, I'll have her repair that just so that she has less starting capital. I only really want her to have this $35 over here because that's what she got from the university kit from selling it. But we're going to go ahead and use our phone to enroll. Which might take a moment. I've disabled all of the system sounds too. My music was pretty loud, so if there's anyone in particular you want to hear, let me know, but I might turn voices up. I'm not even sure what her voice sounds like because I didn't want to interfere with the whole process. Oh, see, somebody lives there, but it's empty. Yeah, but it's empty, and I don't have 16 grand. And if I had it, I would have gotten rid of it anyway. She does not look like she's signing up for university, which is great. It's going to do really well for you if that's how much you apply yourself. Just immediately streaming video and cheating horribly. Alright, maybe she'll take him seriously now. Before she bursts into flames. Which I guess is occupational hazard for an unemployed homeless person. Alright, we're going. We're going for as many credits as we can. Now, bear with me too, because I have not played university yet. Still not sure how to get this little extra piece over here of progress towards her degree. I'm guessing that means she has to go back, but this seems like she's taking on a lot of classes. She's going to go into business because she's a mooch, which wanting to learn how to get money from people, and kleptomaniac, I think both were like recommended business or whatever. So you see there's like $250 here, so I'll probably just repair her phone and float her the extra 100 simoleans. And this might take a moment to load, so while it loads, probably... Oh, she earned money for that. So, okay, well, I'm not sure how you earned money for spending money. Good for you, I guess. I still might cheat you down to something else. And we're gonna let her get started. And this might take a second.